Ever since 2022, I've seen many people upset on how Cars 3 ended. Even though they praised it at first because it was a good ending and McQueen teased Cruz. People are upset because in the last episode of Cars on the Road, it was confirmed that McQueen hasn't retired yet. But these people forget at the ending of Cars 3, McQueen decided to keep racing, but before he continued the race, he wanted to mentor Cruz to win the 2017 Piston Cup. And people will prefer the original ending, but honestly, I don't like the original ending. McQueen's number should always be the 95, and no one else's. I've seen videos like why McQueen couldn't get an upgrade. I think I know the reason why McQueen couldn't get an upgrade. Let's just look back in Cars 2. In Cars 2, McQueen got an upgrade for the World Grand Prix, and after the World Grand Prix, he went back to his old upgrades. Why? Because if you look at the rules of NASCAR, it has to be limited to that kind of power in engines. In the Piston Cup rules, it was the exact same rules but with some changes. They couldn't get an engine upgrade because that would be against the rules. But how come the King got fast despite not upgrading? Well, it's because even though he was still old, he could still get a win. It's similar to Kevin Harvick when he was getting old. He could still get wins if SHR wasn't on the downfall. If you look into the Cars wiki, Jackson's maximum performance V8 hybrid engine, it has 850 horsepower. McQueen has a horsepower of 750 V8 engine. When McQueen tapped Cruz for the rest of the Florida 500 and the 2017 Piston Cup, she had a horsepower of 800, 820 to 860. It's that fast. Also in Cars 2, Francesco has the same horsepower as Lightning McQueen, and that's the reason why McQueen was able to beat him at Italy. I know some people might say that Pixar is trying to go woke. I don't want to hear that word, because I heard people say the same thing about Kung Fu Panda 4. When Poe decided to pick a female fox for the next Dragon Warrior, even though she betrayed him, people will call it woke and say it is a bad ending. People would say that Poe should have been the Dragon Warrior forever. Did y'all not watch Toy Story 2? When Stinky Pete told Woody that Annie is growing up and you can't change that, Pete was right. Lightning and Poe can't live their dreams forever. They have to change, and they did, and I respect that. Times have changed, and you people need to evolve with the change of time. Calling it woke for evolving with the change of time is wrong, and you might need some help. Not every male has to be a main protagonist. Females can be a main protagonist as well. I don't call anything woke. Wokeness is a dumb word, and it shouldn't be used at all. That terrible word sounds like it came from a terrible TV show. So calling it woke is not right. It makes you look like a person who was born in the Generation Alphas. I don't think McQueen was slow, not even close. He was still fast, it's just that the next generation racers would just have more horsepower than the older Piston Cup racers and the World Grand Prix racers. In Cars 1, McQueen was like in his 20s, and in Cars 2, he was in his early 30s, and then he was in his late 30s in Cars 3, when Cars 3 released. I know you people think it doesn't make sense that someone in their late 30s is slow, but it happened to Kyle Busch in the 2020s. I'm sorry, Kyle Busch fans. See the similarities between the two? Oh, I know it's not completely similar, but Kyle's downfall reminded me of McQueen's downfall as well. And sometime after Cars 3, he had a resurgence, and he kept racing. It was confirmed on Cars on the Road. But that's how I think McQueen could have gotten an upgrade. Now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think McQueen could have gotten an upgrade to beat Jackson Storm? Or do you think McQueen could have just got more horsepower to get faster? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and roll up out of here. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you next time.